I am S. Satish Kumar, pursuing BSc Computer Science in KCS Kasanada College. Today I am taking seminar in Web Technology. ASP.NET. ASP.NET is a web development platform which provides a programming model, a comprehensive software infrastructure, and various services required to build a robust web application for PC as well as mobile devices. ASP.NET works on top of the HTTP protocol and uses the HTTP commands and policies to set a browsers to service bilateral communication and cooperation. ASP.NET is a part of Microsoft.NET platform. ASP.NET application are compiled codes written using the extensible and reusable components or objects present in Net frameworks. These codes can use the entire hierarchy of classes in Net framework. The ASP.NET application codes can be written in any of the following languages: C++, Visual Basic .NET, JavaScript, JavaScript+. The structure of an ASP.NET page: directives, code declaration blocks, ASP.NET controls, code render blocks. Directives. A directives controls how an ASP.NET page is compiled. The beginning of a directives is marked with the characters and the end of a directives is marked with the character. A directive can appear anywhere within a page by conversion. However, a directive typically appears at the top of an ASP.NET page. There are several types of directives that you can add to an ASP.NET page. Two of the most useful types are page and import directives. Code declaration blocks. Code declaration box. A code declaration block contains all the application logic for your ASP.NET page and all the global variables, declaration, subroutines, and functions. It must appear within a script run at equal to server stack. ASP.NET controls. Control name, application event, description, label, none. It is used to display text on the HTML page. Text box, text changed. It is used to create a text input in the form. Button, click and command. It is used to create a button, link and command. It is used to create a button that looks similar to the hyperlink. Image button. Click. It is used to create image button here. An image work as a button. Hyperlink. None. It is used to create a hyperlink control that responds to a click event. Drop down list. Selected index change. It is used to create a drop down list control. List box. Selected index changed. It is used to create a list box control like the HTML control. Data grid. Cancel command, edit command, delete command, item command, selected index changed, page index changed, short command, update command, item created, item data bound. It is used to create a grid that is used to show data. We can also perform paging, sorting, and formatting very easily with this control. Data list. Cancel command, edit command, delete command, item command, selected index changed, updated command, item created, item data bound. It is used to create data list that is non-tabular and used to show data. Checkbox. Check changed. It is used to create checkbox. Checkbox list. Selected index changed. It is used to create a group of checkboxes that all works together. Radio button. Check changed. It is used to create radio button. Radio button list. Selected index change. It is used to create a group of radio button controls that all works together. Image none. It is used to show image within the page. Panel none. It is used to create a panel that works as a container. Placeholder none. It is used to set a placeholder for calendar. Selection changed, visible month changed, day render. It is used to create a calendar. We can set that default date, move forward and backward, etc. AD rotator, AD creator. It is allows us to specify a list to ads to display. Each time the user redisplay the page, table none. It is used to create table. XML none. It is used to display XML documents within the HTML. Literal none. It is used to like a label in that it display a literal but allows us to create new literal at runtime and place then it into this control. Code render blocks, not using any other JavaScript framework that has components. Templating needs are not particularly complex. Don't need particularly perform re-rendering. Don't need state management. Fundamentals of creating a function. To create a function, there are some rules you must follow. The fundamental formulas is return type function name. The first rule is that the function must be created outside of any other function. The return type is the kind of value that the function will proceed. Some function does not proceed a specific result. In this case, the return type can be substituted with the void keyword. Like a variable, a function must have a name. The name follows the rules we have applied to variable so far. The name of a function must be followed by parenthesis. The parenthesis of a function must be followed by a opening curly brackets and a closing curly brackets. The section inside of the curly brackets is referred to as the body of the function. In this body, you perform the assignment of the function. For example, a function can be used to simply display a sentence. Calling a function. After creating a function, you can use it either inside of itself or form another function. Using a function is referred to as calling it. To call a function, type its name followed by parenthesis. If the function is called as a statement, then it must be transmitted within a semicolon. Returning a value. The main purpose of using a function on a web page is to perform an assignment. In some cases, you may want that function to proceed a result. E the function is set to return a value. To indicate that a function must return a value, proceed its name with the type of value that is would return. The page load event. The page load event is one of many events that ASP.NET understands. The page load event is triggered when a page loads and ASP.NET will automatically call the subroutine page load and execute the code inside it. In postback property, the page load subroutine runs every time the page is loaded. If you want to execute the code in the page load subroutine only the first time the page load is loaded, you can use the page is postback property. If the page is postback property is false, the page is loaded for the first time. If it is the true, the page is posted back to the server. Compiler directives. The page directives. The page directive define the attribute specific of the page file for the page parser and the compiler. The import directive. The import directive imports a namespace into a web page user control page of application. If the import directive specified in the global a file, then it is applied to the entire application. If it is in a page of user control page, then it is applied to the page or control. HTML server controls. The HTML server controls are basically the standard HTML control enhanced to enable server side processing. The HTML controls such as the header tags, anchor tags and the input elements are not processed by the server but are sent to the browser for display. They are specifically converted to a server control by adding the attributes run at equal to server and adding an attribute to make them available for the server side processing. Advantage of using HTML server controls. Although ASP.NET server controls can perform every job accomplished by the HTML server controls, the latter control are useful in the following cases. Using static tables for layout purpose, conversing a HTML page to run under ASP.NET. Controls: HTML anchor control, HTML table control, HTML form and form input control, HTML input file control, web server control. Data list web server controls: checkbox list controls, radio button list controls, drop down list controls, list box controls, data grid control, repeater control. Thank you for giving this opportunity.